Are you team heroes or are you team villains? If you would like to see how these fun Dutch door pages come together in my journal, keep it locked right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you can see, I have the villain sticker book along with the Wrong Mermaid PET and washi tape set. I had picked this up using a gift card I had won, and I've been dying to use these. So as you can see, you have a good selection between the sizes and the elements. So I really wanted to use this one with the villain of the story. And I, of course, have my tools, my gyro cart, and all the other accessories I need, along with some distress oxides. And I have my B5 journal, which I'm currently using. And this is what I have so far in October. And you must be thinking why I'm doing a non-fall spread, but that's fine, right? I would love to use this before the next summer, so I'm just going ahead and doing it because it's my journal. And if you like to try new things, get creative in your planners or journals, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you can be sure you would not miss out on any of the fun things I do. So I have my pages all counted. And this B5 journal is from Archer and Olive. And I just used a chunky book to lay down flat under the journal so that I can work with it with a bit more stability. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Archer and Olive, Live Love Posh, Planything, Mojo Jojo Plans, and a few other shops. And I'll have all that information down in the description. And if you're new to Wrong, I have a discount code for you. I can't say I'm an affiliate. I don't have a discount code, but if you are a new customer, then I do have a discount for you. And all that information will again be in the description. So these are all pre-cut. So I think it is a good mix of various sized elements. And I was going with the Little Mermaid and the villain kind of theme, and I think I wanted to use this, but then this has the white backing and I did not think that this would go with the idea I have in mind. So this will have to wait. So back to the box it goes, and we have all the necessary washi tapes out. And I would like to, again, I have 3 or 4 pages counted, and this is the Disney villain sticker book, which I have not used yet. So I would like to use this holographic one. And to be very honest, I've not seen the movie Little Mermaid. So I had to look up who the villain actually was. It's funny, right? And maybe because I don't have girls, with 2 boys, I don't think they are keen on watching The Little Mermaid. And it could just be that. So I had to just look it up. So I have no clue what the storyline is. I've heard of the phrases find your voice and all of that. So maybe, I'm just guessing, I have no clue. So maybe it is like finding your voice, finding who you are, something of that sort. I have no clue. Just fill me in if you happen to have watched the movie. So here I'm using this washi tape with a kind of a scalloped edge. It does have a shimmery water kind of effect to it. If you look closely, you will find some of the glitz and glam of the waves. So I thought that was a good feature to have. Also, when you put it down like so, you do feel like the waves, right? So that's the look I'm going for. So this is the first Dutch door. I did not have very much of an idea of how I wanted to proceed because I wanted to do something in a horizontal Dutch door with these guys in the sense the mermaid and the villain. That's all I had in mind. So let us see. There are a lot of these bigger elements in this tape, and I thought, yeah, that would actually make for a nice splash, right? Right in the middle of the other elements. So before that, I thought, um, yeah, I also wanted the mermaid tail to go somewhere there. I think they needed some more elements behind there before the mermaid tail can go. So again, you see me going back and forth a lot here. So this is the second page, in fact. This is not the last page of the Dutch door. This would be the first Dutch door I would cut out, but it's not the last page of the setup, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going ahead with my gyro cut and just around her fins. And now comes the waves. I think it did come out very pretty, especially with such gorgeous elements. How can things ever go not pretty? So you see now the gyro cut is workable. So first I thought I would just keep it at this because I did not want the page to go all the way near her hand. So this small scissors I'm using, that is from Journal Say, along with that paper clip. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off every time you shop at Journal Say, and it can usually be stacked on top of sales, and it is an amazing deal because things are fairly inexpensive and you have lots of products to choose from. So that is our first Dutch door, and I think we have a mermaid looking to the left side. So I think that's what I had in mind for the first Dutch door, because I try to keep it as symmetrical as possible, especially for such ones, because we do have the Dutch door on multiple pages. So there we have the washi tape again. This washi tape came out really pretty and I did use it on every single page. So I'm just using that washi cutter again to make sure I press that down firmly. If I can straighten it a bit, that is always better. It looks better when it is straight because that's the way it's intended. I mean, you could say that the waves need not be straight at all. It can go in all different directions. That is a fact as well. But yeah, that is not what I'm looking for here. So there goes our lounging mermaid. She's really chilling out, I can say. I'm not sure if the mermaid actually sits on top of the waves like so, but here she is just chilling out right on the waves. And there is nobody who can say that she can't, right? So might as well let her chill out this way. And a few bubbles can always go here and there. And that is our first Dutch door. And again, this did take me a bit more time than what I had thought it would. First of all, I was not able to fully concentrate because I was on a call with my friend. And so things came up. And so I was just trying to work through that because I did not have much time at my hands. And I had to go do the school run. But I thought I should get the filming done so that I can have. I like to keep my videos ready for at least another week from the day I'm on. So that way I don't have to stress about the videos not being there, especially if the days get busy unpredictably, which is likely, which has happened before. So that is the next set of, or the next part of the Dutch tour that I would like to have. And let us see. And I think for the next Dutch tour, I will just add all the elements and not use any of the mermaids because we don't want like a whole parade of mermaids, right? So that is the last page or the page beneath, which can be decorated now. And I just want to make sure that it is all visible from the front. And I don't think I don't think it is fully how it appears in nature. So I'm holding off on the florals for now. Let me know if you have done something with these PET and washi tapes, and if you have the sticker book or the washi tape or both, because this had come out, I believe, last year, and I was very, very keen on picking up the sticker book, but then I did not. I added the sticker book to my cart multiple times during various sales and releases, but then I think it got sold out fairly quickly every time a restock was there. So I was like very happy because I saved that money, but I did not have these sticker books. So I was really waiting for a restock, and then the PT tapes came back in stock, luckily, at the time when I was about to go shopping. And I had used the gift card I had won during one of their giveaways. One of the giveaways Wrong had done in conjunction with their affiliates. And between, I think, 5 or 6 affiliates, they had a lot of good giveaways happening. And I won the giveaway from Tina and Wrong. And Tina, I believe her handle is It's a Wonderful Plan. I think that's her handle. So I was really excited when I got the DM that I won her giveaway, and I was super excited. But I had not used it. I waited for 3-4 months until it was almost summer, and I could decide on what to pick. And I'm glad I waited because otherwise, earlier in the year, the Mermaid one was not in stock. And I would have been very sad if I had used up my gift card and I went and bought something else and then this came back in stock. I would have been really, really sad. But luckily, I decided to go shopping when this was back. So I'm glad I made that decision. So I'm just going ahead and finishing off the washi tape on all the pages, and I'm just keeping it at the same level so I do not have to worry about maintaining any particular level or adding elements. So the washi tape part is all down, which I really like. So let's just go ahead and trim the edges or whatever is coming off the page. And again, since I was not entirely present or being mindful, I was taking a bit more time than usual. And let me know if you do just seasonal spreads, or you go with other themes or other sticker books that you would love to use all year round, or do you just keep it to just the seasonal stuff? Everyone is different, so I'm just curious. So for the next touch tour, I want to bring the standing mermaids, but I think it can wait a bit more because I think we need one more page before we introduce Ursula, right? I believe that's how that's pronounced. And let's go with these fishing nets. And I think that's a good spot. And we also have some of the makeup that can go right there because the mermaid is around. Just adding a few more elements to kind of make a cute cluster with everything on the net. Again, since I have not seen the movie, I don't get the all the references, if any, from the movie, so I can't really pick elements that would make sense for folks who have actually seen the movie. You know what I mean? So I'm just going with my feeling of what goes where, and none of this is actually true. I mean, you don't have a talking mermaid to begin with, or a singing mermaid. I mean, if at all there is, I don't think I have heard in real world. So these are all a make believe. So I'm just going with whatever I think is appropriate for on top of the water. So let us see. So we have this Dutch door that came together fairly well. And it does make a lot of difference when you do all the layering completely planned. So there we have, yeah. Yeah, I think that came out perfect. Yeah, that seahorse might actually have to be moved from behind there, which is fine. We could always do that later. And yeah, so that looks cute. And that seahorse definitely has to move. So I like to do the placing when I can see the layers. Yeah, I think that's better. So that is our next Dutch door. And let's see, what else can we use for the back page? Of course, we'll start with our washi tape. And then I think I will just go ahead and use some of those shells and some of those waves. Waves as in the splashing water. So let's just try and align the zigzag pattern there. And I'm just keeping it at that so that I don't have to complicate things further. Because usually that's what I do. I start with something simple, and then by the time I'm done with it, it's quite complicated. So I'm just very consciously keep trying to keep it simple, because already we have a lot of elements going on, And I'm trying to pick shells with similar shapes, or the shapes to match the pages and the shapes we have. So let us see. Yeah. I don't think the jellyfish would be flying off the surface of the water. So let's just keep it at that, and then maybe we will have, yeah, I'll just cut around there. I think that makes more sense. So between the whole roll, I think we have enough to make sure that we have enough for future use. So I'm not worried about using up those waves entirely, but for now we'll save it and then get working on the rest of the white space, and so that we can move on. And I think we can also, yeah, I can just lay that a bit more straight. Yeah, I think that's better. And we have, yeah, then I think I will add the seahorse later. So that is the second Dutch door done, and I'm not sure if I should be adding. First, I thought I was done with the Dutch doors, because that's what happens when I talk to people or do something else in the meantime. And I assumed, I know I had counted 4 pages, but then, yeah, that's what happens when you misjudge. And then you think that you have only that page left to finish off the spread. So that's why this mermaid came in right there. Or else I would have just waited for the very last page, but I realized it pretty late. So I will have to make do with what we have and then make adjustments to the rest of the space we have. And what else? So that seahorse does go there, but I don't think she gets to stay. I don't know if it's a she or a he. That's a different story. Let's not get to that. And I think there are distinctive features by which you can say if it's a he or a she when it comes to seahorses. Do you know what they are? I'm not sure. I do. So let's now bringing the Ursula. And my affiliate with Happy Planner is always linked below, just like the other affiliate links. So please feel free to shop through my link. And they do have something coming early October, if I'm not mistaken. They have not revealed what exactly it is. It is most likely a Be Happy box with a star shaped cutout in the disc. So I'm just curious to see what's coming. And we have Ursula's body. And then I think I will go ahead and add at least a part of these splash of water. So should we? I don't think so. I don't think it should go up. I would rather have it come down so that it can meet the water surface, so that it makes a bit more sense to the common man's mind. Yeah. We're not making Marvel movies or something, right? You can't just be flying into the, I mean, you could technically, but I think I will just keep it at that. And I think I would prefer it to come to the water surface. So I'm hoping to trim off that part from the page, but then I did almost cut it through when I realized I should turn the page and check. And then I abandoned it because the other mermaid's hair or the head, something of that sort, was right there. So I'm just using the water until there, and we could always have that water come off somewhere else. It's just like a splash of water, so we should be good. So let us see. That's how we have Ursula on the surface. And then, I mean, it was a lot of going back and forth, if you can see. And I'm trying to make sure I keep the roll securely wrapped or rolled because I don't want the roll to be flying all over the floor in my room. Let me know who your favorite character is from the movie. I believe there are a lot of the friends or the sidekicks, as some folks would call it. A lot of sidekicks who are part of the whole story, but as I have not seen, I have no clue who they are. And I want to bring in those florals, but where? So let's move to the thinner tape and we will see what else we can bring. So just making sure that the layers look good so far. So now let's bring in our distress oxide, and this is a salty ocean. And if you are somebody who likes to bring something like these, try other mediums, try other methods to bring some fun elements to your pages, I have full tutorials on how you can get started with these inks, and just keep it very controlled because you do not want that all over your work surface or your pages. And I do have very useful tips on how you can make sure that you do not smear the inks all over the surface. And now is when I realized that there is one more page I need to work on. Oopsie. Yeah, I would have finished much quicker had it been only these 3 pages, but I had already made up my mind to kind of do one more page. So, change of plans. Let's see. We have all these elements on the page, so we are going to cut around these to make that Dutch door, and then we will get to the last page at the end. Has it happened to you that you proceed with some setups and then you realize that you do not have a correct judging of the number of pages you're working with, and then you have to adapt to what the new situation is? And does that happen to you? And do you just abandon everything and then start all over? I like a good challenge, and that's how when I realized that there is one more page behind there, I thought that I would adapt to the space we have. And it is not something everybody does, because the easiest fix would be to just glue the remaining of the 2 pages in the back, because I do have a few extra pages in the journal anyway at the end of it. And I usually keep a journal for 4 months of the year, so I need 3 journals per year. So last year I did start. So I started in May, and I got through 2 journals last year. So this time I'm on my third, as it's the last few months of the year. And there is no hard and fast rule, right? So if you need additional pages, you can always have additional pages that you can use washi tape to bring in. You have lots of options. So does that ever stress you out that you started thinking that there are so many pages and then later you have to adapt to the new situation? And I think I like a good challenge, so that's why I do it. And not everybody can do that. So I'm just going ahead and trimming off some more of the white of the page, which did not come out entirely the way I want, just a tiny bit there. And let me know if you have done something similar using the mermaid, anything. I mean, the Happy Planner also had mermaid stickers come out. And since they had the villains, I think you could combine them. That's pretty straightforward. So that is the last page, which I think we can work with that, right? Because we have the Ursula again. There are 2 pages in the exact same angles or the same elements, so it is not symmetrical, mind you. So just making her fit right there in all those weird shapes there. I believe she is an octopus, right? To my understanding, I do not know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe she's an octopus from all her arms. That's what I figure. I not a squid, right? I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. So that is our Ursula. And next we have, let's see, we have this girlie with beautiful pearl and shell necklace. And I think she can go right there with all her bubbles intact. And I'm going and cutting the bubbles going off the page because we could use it elsewhere. And that is, yeah, I like to have extra bubbles along the edges. And that is, yeah, I think that's a good start for that page. We do have lots of these shells and even a clamshell. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I think that looks better. Yes, the pearl can go right there. And let me know if you like pearls. And if you do, what color is your favorite? And did you know that there are various types of pearls, all the way from white to maybe dark bluish, those peacock neck kind of colors? It's a huge range you're talking about. So as a gemologist, I can say that I have checked out a lot of these pearls under magnification, and it is stunning to see all those layers, and especially if you have a good shimmer, it is absolutely stunning. The luster of the pearl is the, as we call it. And I like when I can see all the beauty. And especially under magnification, you are just talking about a total wow factor. And I'm just trying to layer that splash of water behind Ursula. So I think I will go ahead and cut it right where Ursula is. Yeah, I think that'll be better. We'll save that rest, the waves, and we can always come and add those bubbles to fill in the white spaces. With such elements, you can always have sticker surgery any way you want. As long as it looks pretty from the front, I think you are good. And now what? We have some more elements that we need for the left side of the page. And before that, I think we can go ahead and layer some more of that fishtail. Ooh, that looks really pretty. And we can also have, yes, the dare to begin can be right there. And I really love how this is coming together. And yeah, the corals, I think it'll have to wait. And I almost went ahead and cut around the mermaid, trying to take off the, not trying to, I did take it off. And then I started cutting the page. Luckily, I had not pressed it down entirely. So I almost did it. And then I decided to again check what's happening on the other side. And I thought, you know what? I'll just leave it alone. So maybe I will put it back. Yeah. So it has been a lot of going back and forth, if you can see. I'm glad I did check before I wrestled my way all through the edge of the paper. And that is our rough framework. And I would love to use this mermaid who is actually enjoying some quality time on her own because she's playing with the butterflies, so she has to be right there on the edge of that waves. Before that, let's go ahead and finish some of the white spaces in the back page. And I think it will get hidden behind there, but I think it will look nice when you open it. So back to the mermaid, and I think she can just lounge right there. And I think she has to be visible. So she'll have to, I'm just trying to move it to position it in a way that she's visible through that space. And I think this works perfectly. And we have some seashells. And we will try and add elements that I think will look good here. And those splash of water, those waves, I think it can go here, but I don't think that was a good decision because I don't think water comes from the sky like this, but it could also be waves or water splashing from some of the other waves that were happening on the surface. That could be possible. And Yeah, I think that does look good. And now let's see. Yeah, some of that, some beauty products. Is that the, I don't know what kind of makeup that is. It could be the, I know it's in the shape of fish fins and all that. So it could be, yeah, like an eyeshadow. Hmm, could be. I'm not big on makeup, so if you show me something like this, something like a palette, I know that can be called a palette, but it could be the eyeshadow, it could be something else for your makeup. I'm not quite sure because I know the basics. That's it. Because I usually don't. So, but if at all I have to go somewhere like a family event or a social gathering, I like to do it because you're sometimes forced into it, social reasons, and I don't want to look like a weirdo. So that is the only time I put on some makeup. So I do have makeup in my collection, but I hardly ever use it. So what happens is I buy the products and then it's just sitting there. I forget about it. And then the next time it's time to pull them out, they may have either expired or it may have actually gone bad. So are you like me or are you into makeup? Because I find it sad because I don't use a lot of it. So when I do, I think I believe that it should be all with least chemicals and very skin friendly, keeping it as natural as possible, and all those kind of things. So, and none of those come cheap. So it I does cost a fortune. Then I don't end up using any of the products, which is even more sad because yeah, it's a lot of money that just went down the drain. And you feel bad. You could have done so many good things, useful things, other than just buying makeup. But when you do need it, I think it is nice to have your basic things handy. So that is why I try to have that. So that is our next page coming together very well. I'm just trying to make sure that the layers are all lining up. Let me know if you try to make sure that the layers do look good together when the pages start falling on top of each other. And please come follow me on Instagram if you would like to check out more sneaks and more, a bit more about what's happening. I do share a bit more on Instagram, and not every spread gets YouTube videos, so I do share something there, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. So I think you do get to see more. So that is our layering pretty much done. So I will go ahead and line the edge with these florals. And I'm just using that to kind of make sure that there is something at the edges. I do not want to keep it at that plain blue. I wanted to do a bit more of a blue there for the sky, but then I decided that maybe I should just keep it simple, a bit more light, because otherwise it would clash with the blue of that washi tape. And that is Yeah, I think that's pretty much good, but I think we need one more of those coats just to balance some of that shimmer. Life is full of tough choices, isn't it? That's true. And I love this mermaid lounging there. She's just keeping a close eye on Ursula as well. And I'm breaking into the summer shapes, which I got over the summer, and I have not used it since. So I think these colors would look great. But again, there is another collection which, again, the colors could be good for as well. I believe it is this one, and there were two sets, and I thought this actually went better here. And I did not want a lot of boxes, but something in a small cluster to kind of make sure that I have some place to note down something important, something small. So, this is my daily journal, and I also have the pastel boxes, which, as you can see, I've used up a lot, and there's hardly anything left in these other colors. So I'm using the brown boxes from that sticker book, and the rest will all be from here because I don't have anything in these colors. It's not the exact green as the summer shapes box, but I think that'll do. And bringing in a few of the smaller mermaids also, because why not? And we will combine it with this box. And I like to make sure that it is slightly smaller. I don't want the exact box and the clusters to be exactly the same on either side. So just using a bit of that color pop of pink with the coral, and that's our next page. And for this one, I think the mermaid can actually hang out there because there are no other mermaids right next to them. So I think, yeah, I think that is helpful. Trying to put that box back, and I think, yeah, I think I'll just use it right away. So let me know what you think and what your favorite Disney movie is. And if you have seen The Little Mermaid, if it was it the older one, or did you watch the recent one that came out? I haven't watched either, so it doesn't make much difference. So I'm just trying to understand. I think there were just two movies, right? Yeah, please fill me in. And I'm going ahead and adding up some more makeup elements to that cluster. And I think that it did come out cute. What about maybe another cluster? Please find all the other setups I have on my channel, all linked below, because I do have a very good selection when it comes to either the horizontal or the vertical Dutch doors, and I think you will enjoy watching all of those. And please find all the shops I mentioned along with all the codes and everything, including all the products I used, including their correct names and everything you need to pick them up if needed. And please check out some new releases that are coming from a few shops that I love to shop and support, including some new products that are dropping. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.